All right, happy Monday, guys. It is Monday, May 7th. We are riding high off an incredible launch of 2B Mindset. I've been blown away just seeing what everyone has been doing, how big of an impact this is going to have on so many people. So I'm just super proud of you guys for showing up, doing the work, and getting this product into the hands of new coaches and new customers. So that's really awesome. I want to run through some announcements before we get into the meat of the call. 2B Mindset is now available. If you need more information about the actual details, if you missed it, it's okay. It's still new. There's still plenty of people who haven't purchased it yet, haven't experienced it yet. The product toolkit is available if you look at FAQ 9749. And there's also information that's available on the Beachbody Champions page. All right. Summit registration. This is the last month that you can get a discounted ticket for Summit because it is next month. You are going to want to be there. That's where everybody gets together face to face. It is a massive ball of energy. If you need details on purchasing your ticket for Summit, you can check out FAQ 2940. There's also the photo op with the celebrity trainers that you can earn at Summit. Based on the Success Club numbers that you put up this month. If you need details about that, the FAQ is 5337. Super exciting news is the next new program, Lift 4. The pre-sales start on June 11th with the VIP access coming in on July 16th. So start getting ready for that. I know we've got a couple people on the team that are in the test group. They are all in love with it. They are getting ripped. They're getting huge. And I think this is going to be a really great program that we can get to our customers and our coaches. And the Success Club prize for this month, if you earn Success Club by helping 3 new people, the Joel Freeman bobblehead. I just saw the picture of it today. It looks really cool. It's a nice thing to hang on your wall with all your other Beachbody accolades. So if you help 3 people or more this month, a lot of you guys have already done that, 3 people or more this month, and you will earn yourself a Joel Freeman bobblehead. All right, so those are the announcements that we have for this week. And I am really excited for this call. This guy who is going to be speaking to us tonight has had a huge impact, I know, on a lot of your business. A lot of you guys listen to his podcast, have read his stuff. And chances are, if you've been on one of our webinars, Chelsea and or myself has shared something that we learned from him. So you may have learned from him and you don't even know it yet. Ray Higdon is the former #1 income earner in the network marketing company that he was a part of. He and his wife, Jessica, actually retired from their position in that company. And now what they do is they teach network marketers, they coach people, they speak to people like us, use their experience and their knowledge so that we can be more productive. He is the host of, and this I'm obsessed with, I told him this last week, Home Business Profits. I've listened to hours and hours and hours of really short, meaningful information that's really changed our perspective on this business in general. He is a 2-time bestseller, including the co-author of this book, Freakishly Effective Social Media for Network Marketing. And he's the co-creator of Rank Makers, which I asked him if he could talk about Rank Makers a little bit tonight because I think a lot of people in here would benefit from the group. So he's the co-creator of Rank Makers, which is an incredible group that a lot of people, even some people on our team, are in and have taken advantage of. And before I kick it to Ray, I just want to share Jen Kozlowski is one of my personally sponsored coaches that is in Rank Makers, and she shared with me earlier today that over a 90-day period, she tracked, as everyone in Rank Makers does, she tracked over 90 days, she prospected 478 people, okay? The result of that was 87 new customers, not free customers, customers that made orders, 6 new coaches, and 4 new rank advancements. That's over a period of 90 days. So just think about what that could do for your business. If 3 months from now, you went through and had those wins, what would your business look like and what would your life look like? Ray's going to talk a little bit about that tonight. and a couple other things that I asked him about, because I think he speaks to network marketing in a way where maybe Chelsea and I kind of fell backwards into this. We've been learning as we go, and a lot of what we've done is results-based and relationship-based. And we, instead of trying to teach posture, when Jen introduced it to us, we said, you know what, let's get the man who knows this inside and out to share some stuff with our team. So Ray, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And you can take it away, sir.
Wow, thanks so much. That is a super amazing introduction. I really appreciate that. Appreciate you having me on. That's so cool. Yeah, it's funny, the podcast, we got a bunch of short ones mainly. My buddy, I don't know if you know this guy, but John Lee Dumas, he runs the podcast Entrepreneur on Fire that gets over 1 million downloads a month. And he messaged me one day. He said, "Hey man, I listened to your podcast. I really like it." I'm like, "Which one?" He said, "All of them." And so we had like 300 up at the time. It was crazy. But yeah, I'm excited to be on here. You know, we have a great history of working with amazing Beachbody peeps. And, you know, we worked with, let's see, Jessica Nelson. We worked with the Ingrams. We worked with quite a few different leaders over the years, since I think the Ingrams, we worked with them back in 2013, and I believe they're, you know, still, you know, big time over there. But yeah, I'm excited to be on here, and I really appreciate that. And I see a few familiar faces. I see Trisha. I see it's awesome. So hey, what's going on? I know that you wanted me to talk about posture, and I do think that in our experience of working with a lot of different teams over the years, and working with a lot of different leaders and their teams of people who are at different levels of success, I find that posture is the main determinant of, will someone bring in a lot of people or not? And without posture, prospecting is very frustrating. It is something that I see a lot of would-be top earners and would-be successful network marketers get blown out of the water when they don't have posture. And so first, we should probably define it. And so we define posture. We'd never seen any trainer that did and what we felt was an adequate job of defining posture. We heard them talk about it, like, hey, you gotta be postured, you gotta have posture. But we never heard anyone really give, like, okay, here's the definition of posture. So our definition is the belief in what you have, regardless of external acceptance or approval. The belief in what you have, regardless of external acceptance or approval. And so people that come into the network marketing space seeking acceptance and approval from their peers, from their coworkers, from their family, from their friends, they would be known as not postured. And usually they get very frustrated. They get, you know, sad because a lot of people just don't get it. They don't get our business, or they've had a bad experience over the years. And so there's just nobody that's turned off by network marketing. And that's a very important distinction for people to understand, because I mean, let's just take all of our experiences out of the mix. And let's just say if someone came up with an idea of, you know, if you tell people about my product or service, I'll pay you. And if that person you introduce goes and tells someone about our product or service, I'll pay you on what they do too. Who's opposed to that? Like, who says, no way, man, that's not ethical, don't do it, I don't want your money? Like, no one says that. No one says it. And so people actually aren't turned off by network marketing. They've been turned off by network marketers. And so network marketers that maybe have hyped them or lied to them or tricked them. You know, I remember I was doing a meeting, and someone, you know, somewhere in the team came up to me and said, hey, and she had a phone in her hand. She goes, hey, I got someone that really wants to talk to you, Ray. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, and as she's handing me the phone, I hear, no, I don't want to talk to anybody. Right. And so it's like, you know, that's what turns people off is the surprise attack, the hyping, the telling people that it's easy when, you know, it's not, when most people's experience is not that it's easy. Right. And so I never had a problem telling people that if you want to build a business, it may not be easy, but it'll be worth it. And explain the differences of, hey, here's how you can become financially free, and you probably don't have that option currently. You see, most people out there, they don't have the option to become financially free. They don't have the option to create residual income that comes into their household, whether they roll over in bed or out of bed, right? That's not an option to most people. When I left the corporate world, the minute my feet walked outside, they stopped paying me. They didn't like, whoops, make a accounting error and continue to pay me. They stopped immediately, like lightning fast. And so most people, they have no opportunity or even possibility of becoming financially free. And so what you should really realize, and Posture will help you with this, but what you should really realize is that there are more people with problems with no solutions, and we are the prize. Network marketers are the prize because you represent a solution. Now, your solution could be from your product. There's a lot of people out there wanting to get in better shape, wanting to feel better, have more energy, get stronger, diesel, whatever you want to call it, right? There's a lot of people out there that want to improve their physical form, but there's also a lot of people that would love to improve their financial form. And most of them don't have options. They don't have possibilities. So you represent a possibility. And you need to realize that there's way more of them. There's way more of them than there are of us, of people that can actually introduce them to something that could change their life. I'm forever grateful for the person that introduced me. And, I had been successful in real estate, but when the real estate market turned, I didn't know what I was doing. And I'd over-leveraged my house. I'd over-leveraged a lot of, everything that I possibly could to do, real estate. And I ended up dead broke and in personal foreclosure. Well, my buddy didn't know that when they invited me to a home meeting. But when I went there, I saw possibility, whereas I wasn't seeing before. I had all my credit cards maxed out. I'm in personal foreclosure, being chased by bill collectors. And so I didn't have some magical possibility to become financially free. I was looking for what the heck am I going to do now that I'm dead broke, my credit shot, and I'm being chased by bill collectors. And I'm very grateful for that friend, my buddy Chris in Cape Coral, Florida, that invited me to a home meeting, and I saw the possibility. I said, you know what, I'm going to make this thing happen. And so you have to understand that you don't have to get everyone to agree with you. You don't have to get everyone to approve of you. You don't have to get everyone to accept your decisions in life or in business. But there's a lot of people that are looking for the benefits that your product and opportunity can provide. And so always keep that in the back of your mind, is you represent benefits, the benefits that could help someone, health-wise, or could help someone financial-wise, or both, of course. And so let's continue the dive into posture. And so I mainly teach in analogies because I find that people learn easier that way. And so posture, again, I'm going to keep defining it for you so that you really get it by the end of this. But posture is the belief in what you have, regardless of external acceptance or approval. So when I was focused on building my network marketing business, guess what? I had friends that thought it was a scam, or said that's a pyramid, or oh, you're gonna fail at that one too, right? I mean, I had so many people that didn't agree, accept, or approve of my decision to be a network marketer. I just didn't care. Their opinions weren't putting food on my table, and I needed food on my table. I needed to make money. And, a lot of times people tell me, they're like, well, Ray, you don't understand, man. I'm $30,000 in debt. You don't understand. And when someone tells me that, I'm just like, oh, that's so cute. I was $1 million in debt. So if you ran into someone who was dead broke, they were $1 million richer than I was, right? And I'm not saying I'm even the worst case. I had over-leveraged investments. I'd over-leveraged my house that I was living in, and I had borrowed money from every which way I possibly could to try to get me out of that bad market, and there was no amount that could have gotten me out. So I was over $1 million in debt. And so if you're starting off and you've got a little bit of debt or even a lot of debt, there's hope. I'm proof of that, okay? And so posture, okay, you're postured around certain things. And I'm going to give you 2 examples that 100% of you are postured around. 100%. Because you may be hearing this and saying, well, man, you don't need someone to approve or accept or agree with you. Like, I don't know what that looks like. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You just need different analogies. So if someone came up to you and they said, hey, man, bro, I was just on WikiLeaks. Turns out electricity is a scam. Okay. What would you do? Would you be like, oh, are you serious? Are you serious, man? You'd be like, I think it works. As you click the lamp off, right? You'd be like, I think electricity is real, buddy. I may not know how it works. Pretty sure it's real. You're not for a second going to be like, oh my God, what do I do now? That electricity. You're not for a second going to lack posture around your belief in electricity. Here's another one, and I love seeing so many. I see lots. I'm like looking for dudes. There's lots of ladies on tonight. So how many moms we got in the house? Any moms? I see a couple hands. I see some hands. Cool. So here's another example of posture. Okay, if a stranger or a friend says, right? Don't get mad at me. I'm not the one saying it. But if a friend or a stranger says to you, "Hey, man, I think your kid's ugly." Now, some of you just got pissed off. Some of you are like, "What, boy? What you saying?" Right? You got mad at me, right? I'm not saying it. But what if? How long would you try to convince them otherwise? No. See, look, their ears are really cute ears, and they got a cute little button nose. You know what I'm saying? They got, look at this hair. How can you call? No, you're postured around the look of your child. You're not going to defend. You're not going to convince. You're not going to explain. You're not going to show them a diagram, right? You're going to say, get the hell out of here. You're not going to be friends with them. You're not going to try to turn them to see your thing, your way around. That's posture. The belief in what you have, regardless of external acceptance or approval. And so for you to make millions of dollars, or for some of you, maybe you want to make hundreds of thousands, or maybe tens of thousands, or maybe thousands, right? For you to make thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars inside of network marketing, you don't have to have the approval, the acceptance, or the agreement of anybody around you. None. You can have absolutely none of them. And I'll give you an example, not an analogy, but an example. So I had, during the tough years, right? So about 2008 is when I realized that I was about to be dead broke. And, the only thing worse than being dead broke is having made money, right? So, if you're used to ramen noodles and you're just like, yummers, right? Tuna fish. If you're used to that, then it's not that big of a deal to be dead broke. I've been in that stage before, but if you're used to filet and you got to go to ramen noodles, that's where it's a little tricky. It's a little humbling in that space. And so I had been successful, was not successful during that time, lost every dime I'd ever made my entire life, and went through a divorce, went through a lot of other, life struggles that lived on my buddy's couch for about 6 months, I think. And so it wasn't pretty. Now, I say this knowing that there's someone on the line tonight, I guarantee it, there always is, that has even worse situation than I had. So I'm under no delusion thinking that, hey, I'm the one that's had it the toughest. I'm under no delusion. I guarantee there's someone on here going through a tougher time than I went through. And, and my only advice to you is that know that you have hope. As long as there's blood pumping through your veins, you can create success anyway. You can create the success despite all of your obstacles. And when you overcome a whole lot of obstacles, that makes your story that much more inspirational. And so if I came on here and said, hey guys, I came into network marketing and just killed it right away. What's wrong with you? Right? You'd be like, thanks for having this guy on, Rob. Jeez, right? Can't you get someone relatable? But that's not the case. But I'm also not saying that I was the worst off, because I know that's not the deal. So after I went through divorce, after I went through losing it all, I was trying to piece my life together, and one magnificent thing happened, and that is I met my wife, Jessica, and started dating her after some of that turmoil. Still during my financial struggles, but the most magnificent thing ever was that I even met her, right? And so here she is working at the makeup counter, paying my utility bills, right? So when I meeting her parents, I wasn't super impressive, right? So I was a little humbled there. But here she is working at the Nordstrom makeup counter, paying my utility bills, taking care of me while I try to figure things out, right? And so I got her, right, to join into network marketing. And at the age of 21, she's rocking and rolling. She's trying to make this thing happen. She's prospecting all her friends, all her family. Nobody wants anything to do with her. Nobody. Everyone's like, nah, man. All her friends wanted to party and do shots, right? So they didn't want to build a business. And so, she went to her family members and they didn't want to have anything to do with it. They said, well, she was finishing up her college degree, by the way, which I never did, but she finished her college degree and, she's going to her parents saying, yeah, I'm going to do network marketing. And they're like, why did you go to college? What's the deal here? So they're kind of browbeating her there. And so she didn't have anybody. There was no one in her warm market that joined her at all. And at the age of 21, went on Facebook, started prospecting total strangers, financial planners, realtors, investment bankers. She recruited people from all over the world, built a $10,000 a month income at the age of 21. And so what was funny is when she did that, guess who joined? Her two brothers and her mother. And guess who else joined? A whole bunch of her friends. Okay. And so you have to understand that if she had required acceptance, approval, agreement from the people around her, like if only they supported her, like some people, operate like they need support before they take action. If she had waited for that, we'd still be waiting. Never would have happened. It didn't happen. What happened is she went and got it done. She went and made it happen. And so age of 21, very, very little business experience, started prospecting strangers on Facebook in a very postured way, because I helped her out with that, coached her on that, and she made it happen, right? And so you have to stop requiring acceptance, approval, and agreement. And I'm telling you, there are so many people out there that you'll spend way too much time trying to convince, and they are hell-bent on not understanding. So you think that, well, man, if I could just see them, have them see it, if they could just see it the way that I see it. They're hell bent on not seeing it. So you spinning your wheels trying to convince them with diagrams and videos and all this stuff, stop it. Move on to the next person. Now, when I say posture, I don't mean being arrogant. I don't mean being a jerk. And so I'll give an example. So let's say that someone says to you, oh, this is one of those, network marketing deals. I don't want to do one of those. Those things never work. Okay. So what might an arrogant person say? An arrogant person might say something like, well, you're an idiot. You're an idiot because this thing makes money and, you need to make money, right? Someone arrogant might say something like that. Someone postured might say, well, cool, no problem. Well, hey, if you do know anyone that wants to make some extra money, let me know. Hey, I got to jump on a call. Notice the difference. See, the postured person isn't effective. The postured person is bulletproof. The postured person still gets shot at. They still get shot at. They still say, oh, that's a scheme. That'll never work, or you're going to lose, right? They'll still get shot at, but they're bulletproof, right? It's not piercing the skin. It's not piercing their armor. And so I had thousands of people tell me it wasn't going to work, tell me it was a scam, tell me that, you'll never make money, you'll never succeed, it's, whatever. I had thousands of people tell me this stuff, and it just didn't affect me. And what's magical about posture is once developed, you will have people that want nothing to do with it. But when they see your posture, they're so perplexed, they have to learn more. And so many people would give me some, like crappy response or crappy objection or whatever. And they'd say, oh, those things suck or whatever. And I would just roll it right off and just say, hey, cool. Hey, no problem. Hey, if you know anyone that does want to make some extra money, just let me know. Hey, I got to jump on this other call. They would stop me. Wait a minute. So you really can't make money from this? I'm like, absolutely. I mean, I'm putting food on the table. I'm trying to take care of my family here. Of course you can make money from it. It's work. You got to be willing to do the work. See, I would never tell them, oh my God, it's easy. Oh my God, all you do is just so super simple. I never tried to convince them how easy it was, because I didn't want lazy workers. I didn't want people that just limped in and thought, oh, well, I don't have to do anything. Great. I love it when people say, hey, you don't have to sell anything. It's like, don't you at some point don't you have to sell something at some point? And they'd say things like, you don't have to sell anything. You just got to find people that want to buy. I don't know. I wasn't that good at math, but I think that's the same thing. I think we got to find people that want to buy things. Isn't that selling, I think, right? And so what you don't have to do is you don't have to convince. And, this is something that instead of trying to close everyone you ever talk to, change that energy. Instead of that, see if they're open. Now notice the difference. So if I talk to, and I can give you 100 different or 1,000 different examples. If I talk to, let's say my, a brother-in-law, right? I talk to a brother-in-law, and if my mission is I got to close them, okay? I'm going to come across with that kind of energy. I'm going to come across with that energy of I need to close them. I'm eager. I'm really hungry to get this guy in my organization. So if I come across as I need to close this person, then I'm going to come across with a certain type of energy. If I come across as, I'm just going to see if they're open. If you're open, great. If not, no big deal. So I reached out to all of my warm market, right? I went through my phone. I went through all of my different contacts, and all I did was I just saw if they were open, and I gave them an out. So you might want to write this down. There are 2 parts to any good prospecting message that will make you postured. 2 parts. Number 1, see if they're open. Number 2, give them an out. And here's what that looks like. So when I would call people that I knew, I would say, hey, listen, I'm doing this thing. You may be open to it. You may not be. I'd love to run it by you if you're open to taking a look. And if not, no big deal. Okay. What am I doing? I'm saying, are you open? But I'm saying, if you're open, great. If not, no big deal. That's an out. I'm saying it's okay to not be open to it. It's okay. And notice I use the word open, not interested. Most people say, hey, would you be interested in an opportunity? Would you be interested in taking a look at my thing? Most people aren't interested in anything. They're not interested in anything. But they don't want to not be open. So it's a little psychological twist that we created probably 9 years ago, right? It's a little psychological twist. So if I say, hey, are you interested? You have to actively want the thing that I'm talking about, and you may not even know what I'm talking about, right? But if I say, hey, would you be at all open? Well, what's the opposite of at all open? Closed. People don't want to be known as closed-minded, okay? So it's a little psychological twist, and that right there could increase your performance by 5 to 10% very easily, very easily. Now, you're not going to take someone that just hates the idea, and just by using open, they're like, whoa, sign me up here. But you can move a percentage, 5 to 10% is my guess, more by using just the word open than the word interested. Hey, are you at all open to take a look at what it is I have? If you're open, great. If not, no big deal. And so that way of thinking, just seeing who's open, who's stressed at the end of the day, all right? If you just see who's open, hey, are you open? No, you're not? Okay, cool, no problem. I'm not affected. I'm not going to go, tear in my beer or eat a bunch of ice cream, right? I'm not going to be affected by your negativity, or if you don't want to do it. If you don't want to do it, it's totally cool. You're not open. Got it. No big deal. No big deal. So it was never a big deal for someone that wasn't open. And what's really important is protecting your energy. So if someone just like, oh, those things never work, when they saw that I was bulletproof, that their bullets just bounced off of me, that I wasn't like, oh no, like getting defensive or trying to convince them or explain to them. When they saw that, and it's like they encounter a different species, right? They kind of wanted to study me, like, man, if someone came to me and chastised me at my place of business, man, I'd be really messed up. I'd be defensive. I would be mad, right? When they saw that I wasn't mad at all, and I was moving right along, I was going to go talk to somebody else. They kind of wanted to study me, like, that was weird. That was strange. He wasn't affected at all by my negativity. Most people are. And that's true. Most people are, right? And so you operate in a way, when you're postured, you operate in a way where you're just not affected by those who are negative to you or those that say no to you. And it doesn't matter. Potential doesn't matter. I talked to people that were so socially connected that they could have killed this thing. They could have killed network marketing, crushed it. I couldn't be addicted to the outcome, or else that energy comes across as desperation, eagerness. And those are the killers of would-be big earners in network marketing. If you're coming across as eager, as desperate, if you're trying to guilt your way to the top. I know some people will say, well, you should support my business. I helped you move in college. Really? That's your pitch? That's crazy. It's crazy, right? Nobody has to support you. They should support you if they're open to taking a look and they see value in joining you. That's when they should join. Not just because you guys have been friends for a long time. Not just because they're family members. Not just because you helped them move or you baked them cookies last week. Not because of any of that stuff, okay? They should only join you or buy your product when they see that there's a possible value to themselves and they're open to taking a look at it. And if they're not either of those things, then they're not going to buy from you. And you should be okay with that. I had way more people that didn't buy from me than did. However, that still helped me over the last 9 years make millions and millions and millions of dollars. And it's not that I came in with some special position or some kind of special skill or some kind of special anything. I mean, I'm $1 million in debt, personal foreclosure, sucked at technology. At one point, a few years earlier than that, I was terrified of public speaking. And so I didn't have a ton of advantages. I think the one major, I guess, advantage I have is I'm very stubborn. I'm very stubborn. I've done 1 to 2 videos every day for 9 years. And so I'm stubborn, man. I'm consistent. I'm stubborn. I remember when I first started doing videos, I mean, you could barely hear me. I'm like outside in the wind. I'm like a weatherman or something. Can't even hear me. I got the sun directly behind my head, so you can't even see my face, right? I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but boy, was I doing it. Boy, was I making it happen. Prospecting people every single day, making a video every single day, and I was postured all along the way. And so I went to some of my friends and I said, hey, listen, I'm going to do this with or without you. I'd love to do it with you. If you're open, great. If not, no big deal. And so you having more posture will make you feel better, will perplex some people that are trying to bring you down and are trying to inject negativity into you. They can't get to you when you're postured. You become bulletproof. And so I hope this was helpful to you. A little deep dive into posture. Posture is one of the key components that we teach inside of our private community called Rank Makers. So if you like this kind of training, you may like our Rank Makers. Every single day I go live in our group and I give an action step and a training. And so I tell you on a daily basis, here's something to do to progress you forward in your business. Because what I found is that there's a lot of people that are working really, really hard in our profession, but they're missing key steps in actually making progress. I know people that, it seems like they work full-time in network marketing, but they're not getting any results because they're missing some key action steps in their daily method of operation. And so on a daily basis, I go live inside of our group. I say, here's today's action step. And here's a little training to help you implement and execute that action step right there. And it's something that a lot of leaders have embraced over the last 5 years. We have trained and coached probably 20 to 25 $1 million a year earners, different size teams, different companies, different countries, all over. And we've taken all of that knowledge of what we've shared with them, what we learned from them. Because anytime you coach someone that has a team of 100,000 people, you walk away learning a few things. And so all of the years of us doing this kind of training coaching, we roll into Rank Makers and teach you exactly how to start thinking bigger, how to position yourself more smartly on social media so that people start being attracted to you. And we certainly teach posture. That's one of our main topics inside of there. So if that's something that you'd like to learn more about, you can. We actually have, I think we have like a secret link for you guys. It's at higdongroup.com/Pearson. higdongroup.com/Pearson. If you would like to check that out, you certainly can. Whether you decide to invest in that or not, I hope that you got value from this, and I will roll it right back to my man, Rob.
Hey, Ray, that was incredible, and I'm just watching eyes open and minds blow, and it's great because I think it's one of those things that until you have that perspective, it seems so foreign. And that's really why we had wanted to talk about that topic tonight. And I think it's really brilliant. People are talking about Rank Makers in that chat. And so I just wanted to say, I asked if Ray would be able to share a bit about Rank Makers, just because I think I've seen what the value of the group is. You guys know that we wouldn't be recommending something to you if we didn't know that it worked. I told you guys what Jen did over 90 days. And if you see this one piece tonight, this is just one topic of many things that you'll be able to learn and take from it. If you're serious about making this something that you can have an impact on more people, or a financial goal, or whatever it is that you want to do with your business, this is a super smart investment. I think it goes without saying that Ray is as successful as he is because he knows what he's talking about. If you've read any of his stuff, if you've listened to any of the podcasts, or even just a taste of what you got tonight, I think if I wasn't in there, I would have been sold just based off of hearing this tonight. So Ray, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you so much, and the impact that you've had on us and our organization and the people who our organization has impacted. I want you to know that you've had a hand in that. Because I'm sure that sometimes you're only seeing one-on-one, face-to-face, and your impact is reaching beyond what you see. So we are so appreciative of you and your time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm honored. Appreciate you.
Sir.